That's quite a speed machine there, isn't it? I'm in Frankfort, and I'll just tell you up front, I am so happy to be back in fresh water where I can jump off the boat anytime I want, which I do. Life is good here in Frankfort, Michigan, on Lake Michigan. Here's a map. Now you know where I am. And there's this great bicycle shop here, Coastline Cycles. If I wanted to compare sailing in the Bahamas, me sailing in the Bahamas, to sailing in the Great Lakes, this would be in the benefit column. No bikes in the Bahamas. Nobody rides bikes in the Bahamas. I was the only guy I ever saw riding a bike in the Bahamas. That is a real motorcycle, and it's only the third one that I've seen in a month in the Bahamas. I've seen 2 little dirt bikes, and I haven't seen anybody else on a mountain bike, other than a few sailors who took folding bikes off their sailboats. And so if you need something, it's pretty hard to get it there. Here in Frankfort, there's a bike shop in case you need stuff, and I just needed some goop to plug up a slow leak in my bike. But Ethan here is open on a Monday, and normally they're not, but he opened, and I'm so happy that he did. This is one of my favorite types of bike shops where you can tell that you've got techs selling things, people who work on bikes. That's a good sign when you have to buy something. Ethan over here is working on something. What are you working on, Ethan?
Oh, just putting a new stem on for this guy. Getting him a little higher up so he's a little more comfortable, man.
That's great stuff. So again, sailing in the Bahamas, great, loved it. It was a really good time. If I needed something from a bike shop, they don't have bike shops there. So this is one of the benefits of being in the Great Lake. And if you come out and join me on the water, you'll learn that staying in shape is one of the biggest challenges of cruising. So I choose ports that have good gyms, and Frankfort is a great port with a fine gym. Good workout. I get to head downhill here in a moment. And there's nothing more fun than riding a bike downhill. Except maybe sailing a great boat on open seas with just a friend or two. Yes, I do expect flies on this trip. They're already hitchhiking. He's taking a beating, but he's sailing. Fortunately, I had the wind with me all day in every direction I went. Others weren't so lucky. We're cooking. That dune is Pyramid Point, and to the right of it is an ancient fishing village, basically, called Port Oneida. Spent a lot of time there camping on the beach as a kid. It's one of my favorite places. I once caught the migration of salmon along the beach while I was at Pyramid Point. I was up high enough and the water was calm enough that I could see the dorsal fins of salmon. Thousands of them. I didn't know what it was. Got out the binoculars and I could see that there were fish. I ran down, got my fishing pole, and threw a line out into the water. I waded out until I was up to my chest. And the fish were not interested. They had other things on their mind. Sort of like if you were in the throes of passion and somebody threw a steak in bed with you, this is likely going to get edited out. Maybe a burger. Threw a donut. A can of beer. Well, we split the sails when we were in the Bahamas. Let's see if we can do that today, successfully. Let me just say here that many of you watching this are not sailors. You watch this because you're interested in sailing, but you're not a sailor yourself, which is just fine. So for you folks, I'd just like to say, this is what sailing really looks like. It's not always exciting. We'll see if miraculously we don't get fouled on my kayak. That happens all the time when we do this. And for those of you who are sailors who know better, and let's go 20 degrees to the left. You know that I'm providing an example here of bad sailing. We're hung up on the kayak. Win. All right. Gesundheit. You like that? Like she just sneezed there, huh? If you were looking for an example of smooth sail handling, this would not be it. That's Manitou Shoal Lighthouse over there, and that's North Manitou behind it. Cool! Yes, this is fun. Thanks for joining me. We're cranking along with just the main, doing between 7 and 8, and just overpowered with any bit of head sail up. But we're having a good time. I just have to be careful not to have an uncontrolled jibe. and I expect the wind to shoot out from that point at the tip of the Leelanau Peninsula. But I've got my hands full piloting along, and it's fun. We're doing a great surf here, but have to make sure that the wind doesn't get around the back side of the main. I don't have a preventer up. Haven't felt that I needed it until about now. It's been a magical sail. Got out in good wind died for a few minutes, and then it's been a sleigh ride the last 25-30 miles. So it's been great. This is a 74-mile day for us. And we do have to sail in a couple different directions to get into Grand Traverse Bay. But the wind might just help us out. Sure seems like it wants to. We've got plenty of it. Good times. On a long trip, one doesn't normally have to go north and south, but we are. Northport is right over there, but I think we're going to beat our way all the way to Suttons Bay. It's an extra 10 miles or so. I think I might be more comfortable there and closer to wine country. In our long journey from Frankfort, Michigan, all the way to Suttons Bay, Michigan, we were blessed by good winds that were just fluky enough to help us along our way around the Leelanau Peninsula. And the timing could not have been better when we did arrive, because we made some new friends. Okay, in about a month, you'll be on YouTube. Well, even a sailor gets to offer assistance to a powerboater. It's happened to me. I've been pulled in a powerboat by a sailboat. All right. It makes the arrival in Suttons Bay even more fun. Thanks for joining me. And them too. Hey, when we watch a video all the way through, YouTube gives an A+ to me and you. Hey, thanks for sticking with me, and please send me your comments, subscribe, and share with your friends. I'll see you again soon.